Fuck. The stage always scares the shit out of me. This piece is called Silver Spoon. I don't remember my father feeding me. I only have dreams of him making ridiculous sounds of a spaceship while holding a tiny spoon with a plastic-coated handle. Because he was visiting outer space on the daily, and the gravity of the situation was that, though he was always there, he was in his own universe. What's even worse is that I can't picture my mother combing her baby boy's hair and dressing him in outfits he'd later be upset about. It wasn't until I was able to hold my own spoon with my own hand that I began to understand that this thing would represent my life in different ways. Like Saturdays with cartoons and cereal. So watching Goof Troops while eating Fruit Loops would be my distraction. Or better yet, my medication for frustrations I didn't know existed. But don't get it twisted. I love my parents because their substance gave me substance. And though their spoons were bent and burned, I was able to learn without having to self-inflict their lessons. So by the time I entered grade school, I was still holding spoons, but now breaking them in lunchrooms for entertainment. Bending the end of the handle only to dismantle the head of my opponents. Maybe this is where my aggression stemmed from. Because for as long as I can remember, the basic skills for living become the things you eventually destroy. Like an addict inhaling toxins because they feel defeated and crave for the escape. Or like a junkie replacing love with despair. Which probably explains why my mother wasn't there. Because she took the term pipe dream too literally. And spiritually, she was lost. Didn't she know her boy needed her? Why couldn't she inhale my scent and know what it meant to be addicted to my love? What did I do wrong? I guess I was strong. Or maybe subconsciously I ignored it. Because we always solve the problem when we're not looking for the answers, right? For a while, the only spoon I saw would belong to my grandmother, a large wooden one that stirred up the ingredients that made up her family. She was a homemaker, and so she made this home without a throne for her to sit on, but she was still my queen. And that spoon was a scepter, and I would respect her until she left. My family said that she went to La Isla del Encanto. Maybe it was the same island my father was on, and she'd bring him back. But she wouldn't. So from here on, the only spoons I would see would be held by my godparents. Ironic, it was the two things I needed the most. And they used it to feed my knowledge and discipline. Occasionally, my godfather would place the spoon on his nose to close the distance between us. And eventually, God was no longer needed in front of father. My aunt became mom because her spoon was just as big as grandma's, but metal and unbreakable, like her spirit when she was left with 2 kids at an early age. She had the passion, but lacked the patience that it took to raise an already broken soul. But she still took on that role. And it wasn't too late. They knew I could be great. I just needed guidance. Until this day, I think about all the people involved in my story, and I'm sorry if it's boring, but I really shouldn't be here. I owe my life to them. And I'll pay them soon. But I'll be damned if I ever let anyone think I was a boy with a silver spoon.